Okay, so money, right?
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
We all know it's important,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it feels like everyone else has it all figured out.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Like, how many budgeting apps do I need on my phone
Exactly.
before my finances just like magically organize themselves?
Yeah.
Well, today
We're diving into the heart of money management.
Okay.
And that is building good money habits.
I like it.
Those seemingly small habits that can actually transform
Yes.
your financial life.
And to help us navigate this,
we have an expert
who has guided countless people
toward financial freedom.
It's great to be here.
And you're right.
It's not about finding that magic formula or that perfect app.
Yeah.
It's more about understanding
the psychology behind our money habits.
Okay.
And building a system that works for us.
Not against us.
I love that.
A system.
Yeah.
It makes it feel
more like a puzzle we can solve.
Right.
Rather than this big, scary monster under the bed.
So where do we even begin
building this system?
The most crucial step
is often the one that people skip.
Okay.
Awareness.
You need to shine a light on your spending habits before you can even think about changing them.
I always tell people, track your expenses for a month.
And the results can be pretty eye-opening.
It's so true.
I remember when I finally trashed my spending for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh.
Those daily coffees were adding up to way more than I thought.
It's those small things.
Yeah, it is.
But why is awareness so important?
It seems kind of basic.
Sure.
But what's the real impact?
Well, awareness is powerful.
Because it reveals our spending patterns.
Okay.
Those often unconscious choices we make every single day.
Once you see that you're spending, say,
$50 a week on takeout coffee.
Oh, wow.
It's no longer this abstract idea.
Right.
It's a concrete number staring back at you.
It's real.
And that realization
can be incredibly motivating for change.
It's like holding up a mirror to your spending habits.
Exactly.
And once you've had that aha moment,
then I imagine the next step
is creating a plan.
Yes.
The dreaded B word.
Budgeting.
Budgeting.
But let's reframe it.
Okay.
Instead of thinking of it as restrictive, think of it as a tool for freedom.
It's about deciding where you want your money to go.
Okay.
So you can achieve your goals.
Without constantly feeling stressed or limited.
That's a great way to look at it.
Budgeting for what you love.
Yes.
Not just like what's left over.
Exactly.
But how do we actually stick to a budget?
This is something I hear people struggle with all the time.
One of the biggest mistakes
that people make is setting
unrealistic expectations. You don't have to go from 0 to 60 overnight.
If you're used to eating out 5 times a week.
Maybe start by cutting back to 3.
Okay.
Small.
Sustainable changes are key.
So it's more of a marathon?
It's not.
Not a sprint.
Speaking of marathons.
I'm all about those small wins.
You know, those things that help keep us motivated.
Are there any budgeting hacks that can make sticking to the plan
a little bit easier?
Absolutely.
Automating your savings is a game changer.
Okay.
Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account.
As soon as you get paid.
So you're paying yourself first.
Yes.
This way it takes the willpower out of the equation.
Oh, I am all about automation.
It's like setting it and forgetting it.
Yes.
But in a good way.
Exactly.
But let's talk about those.
Who might be listening.
Sure.
Thinking saving.
I'm barely scraping by, as is.
Right.
What advice do you have?
For those feeling financially stretched?
Yeah, you're right.
Saving can feel impossible.
When you're on a tight budget. But here's the thing.
You don't have to start big.
Okay.
Even if it's just $5 or $10 a week.
The important thing is to cultivate the habit. And you might be surprised.
How much you can save.
By simply canceling a few unused subscriptions.
Right.
Or cutting back on that discretionary spending.
Every little bit counts.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's about shifting your mindset.
From I can't afford to save to I can't afford not to.
Exact setup over time, especially when you factor in
compound interest.
And speaking of building a safety net, let's talk about tackling debt.
Debt can feel like this weight holding us back
right.
from our financial goals. But the key is to approach it strategically. Start by listing out all of your debts, either smallest to largest or
highest interest rate first.
Okay.
So we're getting organized and facing those debts head on.
Exactly.
But what's next?
Do we just throw money at them randomly and hope for the best?
Not quite.
No.
There are 2 popular methods
for paying down debt. The Snowball and the Avalanche. With the Snowball method.
You focus on paying off the smallest debt first.
Okay.
regardless of the interest rate.
Oh, yeah.
This creates a sense of momentum as you get to, like...
Cross debts off your list.
I like it.
Which can be really motivating.
So it's like a psychological boost to keep you going. Okay, what about the Avalanche method?
So the Avalanche method
focuses on paying down
the debt with the highest interest rate first.
Okay.
This approach actually saves you money in the long run because you're minimizing the amount of interest that you accrue.
So Snowball for motivation.
Yes.
Avalanche for efficiency.
Exactly.
It's like choosing your own debt-crushing adventure.
The best approach really depends
on your personality and your financial situation.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
And speaking of working for you,
let's shift gears to a topic that I think can feel both exciting and intimidating. Investing.
I think a lot of us here invest and we think, okay, that's for people with tons of money.
Right.
But that's not always the case, is it?
You're absolutely right.
Investing is often misconstrued as something that's only for the wealthy.
Yeah.
But it's a powerful tool
for anyone
who's looking to build long-term wealth.
And you don't need a fortune to get started.
Okay.
Even small.
Consistent investments can grow significantly over time.
Thanks to the magic of compound interest.
Compound interest?
Yes.
Like a financial gift.
Exactly.
That keeps on giving.
But for someone who's completely new to this,
where do we even begin?
A great first step is educating yourself.
Okay.
There are tons of resources available online.
Like Investopedia or Khan Academy.
Okay.
Which break down investing concepts.
In simple, easy to understand language.
Right.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Find someone you trust.
Okay.
Maybe a financially savvy friend.
Family member.
Yeah.
Or a financial advisor, and pick their brain.
Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our finances.
Absolutely.
Now, I've heard the term fiduciary.
Thrown around a lot.
Right.
When it comes to financial advice, can you break down what that means?
Sure.
And why it matters?
A fiduciary
is a financial professional who is legally obligated to act in your best interest.
Putting your needs ahead of their own
when
seeking financial advice.
Especially regarding investments.
Yeah.
It's crucial to work with a fiduciary.
This ensures that the advice that you're receiving is unbiased and tailored to your specific financial goals.
So it's like having a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Who's on your team.
Exactly.
Fighting for your financial well-being.
Yes.
I like it. So once we have a basic understanding.
What's next?
Next, you want to determine your risk tolerance.
Okay.
And this means figuring out how comfortable you are with the potential for your investments.
To fluctuate in value, some people are comfortable with higher risk investments
that have the potential for higher returns, while others prefer lower risk options
that offer more stability.
So it's like choosing between a roller coaster
and a carousel.
Exactly.
It can be fun.
But it depends on your thrill threshold.
There's no right or wrong answer.
When it comes to risk tolerance, it's all about finding what aligns
with your financial goals, your timeline,
and your comfort level.
So it's personalized finance.
It is.
I love that. Now let's talk about
investment options.
Okay.
Because there are so many out there.
They're index funds.
Yeah. Seem to be all the rage these days.
Right.
What's the deal with those?
Index funds are a popular choice.
And for good reason.
Okay.
They're like baskets of stocks that track a specific market index.
Such as the S&P 500?
Okay.
Or the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
This means you're investing in a diversified portfolio.
Of companies.
Which can help mitigate risk.
So instead of putting all of our eggs in one basket,
yes,
we're spreading our investments across a whole bunch of companies.
Precisely. Diversification is a crucial concept in investing.
Okay.
It's about not putting all your money
into one stock or one asset class. By spreading out your investments.
You reduce the impact that any single investment's performance
will have on your overall portfolio.
So it's like the financial equivalent of a balanced diet.
We're getting nutrients from our various sources.
Right.
To stay financially healthy.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned index funds?
But there are also other investment options out there, like ETFs and mutual funds.
What is the difference?
Okay.
And how do we know which one is right for us?
That's a great question.
So ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are similar to index funds in that they track a specific market index.
Or sector.
Okay.
ETFs are traded on stock exchanges,
Like individual stocks.
giving you more flexibility.
In terms of buying and selling throughout the trading day.
Mutual funds, on the other hand,
Okay.
are pooled investment vehicles that are managed by professional fund managers.
They typically have higher fees than ETFs,
Okay.
but offer a wider range of investment strategies.
And objectives.
Okay.
Choosing the right investment vehicle.
Depends on factors like your investment goals, your risk tolerance.
And investment timeline.
So it's like having a whole menu
Of investment options.
but with so many choices.
It can feel a little overwhelming.
Right.
Especially for beginners.
Absolutely. And that's where
Seeking guidance from a financial advisor can be incredibly helpful. They can help you navigate
the complexities of investing. Create a personalized investment plan tailored to your unique goals.
and guide you through different market conditions.
Okay.
And remember that fiduciary term.
We talked about earlier?
Yes.
Make sure your advisor is legally obligated to put your interests first.
Fiduciary check.
Yes.
It's like having a financial co-pilot
I like it.
to guide us on our investment journey.
But speaking of journeys,
Managing our money isn't a
right.
set it and forget it.
Type of deal is it?
No, it's not.
Right. Like life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
Our goals change. The financial landscape is constantly shifting. So how often should we be revisiting our financial plans?
It's a good practice to do a financial checkup, at least once a year, or whenever you experience a significant life change,
Okay.
like a new job, a marriage, a new baby,
Right.
even a career shift.
It's like updating our financial GPS.
Exactly.
Making sure we're still on the right track to reach our destination. This has been so insightful, but I know some listeners might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now. What's one simple action step that someone can take today to start building those better money habits?
If I could recommend just one thing, it would be to set a financial goal. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. It could be as simple as saving for a small vacation, paying off a specific credit card, or even just committing to tracking your spending for a month.
I love that. Having a clear goal in mind can be so motivating.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we set a goal. We start tracking our spending. Then what?
Once you have a goal and a clear picture of your spending habits, you can start creating a realistic budget that aligns with your income and expenses. And remember, budgeting isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices with your money so you can achieve those goals and live a more fulfilling life.
It's about aligning our spending with our values and our aspirations. And it's okay if we stumble along the way. Building those good money habits is a process.
Absolutely. It's a journey, not a race. There will be detours and bumps in the road, but the important thing is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward.
Progress over perfection.
Yeah.
Now, are there any resources or tools that you recommend for those who want maybe a little extra support on their financial journey?
Yeah, there's a wealth of information available online and in libraries. Websites like NerdWallet, Investopedia, and The Balance offer unbiased financial advice. And there are countless personal finance books out there. And for more personalized guidance, seeking out a financial advisor, remember, a fiduciary can make a world of difference.
It's like building our own financial dream team. We've got our goals, we've got our resources, we've got our trusted advisors to cheer us on. We've covered so much ground today. But if there's one key takeaway that I hope listeners walk away with, it's this.
Financial well-being is within everyone's reach. It's not about becoming a millionaire overnight. It's about taking control of your finances, making informed decisions, and building a secure future for yourself and your loved ones.
It's about having options, reducing that financial stress, and having the freedom to pursue your passions and live a more fulfilling life. On that note, a huge thank you to our expert for illuminating the path towards financial well-being.
It was my pleasure.
And to all of our listeners, remember, you've got this. Take it one step at a time, celebrate your progress, and never underestimate the power of those small but consistent actions. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into mastering your money habits. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.